Welcome to Behavior Code. It's a very special episode on this 3rd of November, 2020. This is election day. I just voted. See the sticker? I didn't think I could vote. It was a big shock because I registered in Florida. I had no idea I didn't get my mail ballot in time. And I didn't realize I could just register right on the spot in California. It really makes me question if they're really counting things right. How can you just do that? I mean, I don't understand. It seems like some people are crazy and would just register in one state and vote and then just drive across the border and register in the next state and vote. I mean,
I'm sure someone voted for you in Florida.
I don't get this thing, but I voted and I feel very mature. And I'm joined by a beast, Jose Guerrero. His name is officially Jose Ibarra, but Guerrero is more official, actually. It's a given name, a selected name, a name taken on means, I believe, warrior in Espanol. And
yes,
he's a beast. He's a beast unchained. And I just posted a testimony from a guy, Martin from Denmark, and he was like, he has his Denmark accent, and he says something like, somehow like Arash's communication, I was able to free myself from, I had put a lid on it, is what he says. I put a lid on it when I was a kid from my parents saying in different ways. And just by listening to Arash, it's like basically, this isn't how he says it, but he's like, I took the lid off. And it's the beast that was already there. It was always there. It was as a kid, I was a beast, is basically what he's saying. And Jose, you're a beast, brother. It's good to have you on. And how's it going with you today, election day? And what's on your mind?
What's on my mind is shit. I can't wait to see who's the winner. Hopefully the truth comes out at this point. You know what I mean? And that's on my mind, and I'm ready to start this interview, brother.
Yeah, seriously, because we've had you on before, and you deliver liquor in Los Angeles, the greater Los Angeles area.
Yeah, liquor and
student of AZD for a long time. You know, people can go back and watch the other episode and see, the story about you, right? Yeah, haha.
Yes.
So, but what's changed? Because something has changed between then and now. Do you remember being on the show like 2 months ago?
Yes, I remember it. I mean, we didn't have great service or any of that shit, but I do remember. And I'm still right now fighting.
Oh, we've done it twice, I think. Once you were driving, and then a second time.
No, just that one time. Yeah,
you were driving. Okay.
Yeah, but it was cutting off all the time. Yeah, but I still get nervous. I'm a little nervous right now. It's different when I make my videos. It's like, I guess I feel like nobody's watching me, so I could throw my communication out there better. But
nobody's
right now,
watching right now.
Yeah, I'm getting a little antsy and shit. I want to go beast out. You know what I mean?
This is what you do. You beast out on your communication.
Yes.
That's why making posts, video posts, especially while in the beast routine, is so important, because you connect your voice with your heart. And this is where you find your courage. So it's the same. You beast out on your communication later because it's just a heart connection with your communication, which isn't as wussy as they made it sound.
Yeah.
Connecting with your heart is not a wussy thing. It's just they made everybody's heart mushy blobs of just like brainwashed, numb, goop.
Fucking soap operas, man.
Yeah, that's what it is. We all have hearts made of soap.
Oh yeah, soap. That's how it is, brother. Yes, sir.
So talk about that then. When you make your social media posts, what is it that makes it so easy for you? Because you broke free on those video posts. That's a hurdle to put yourself out there. Like what is it like now that's different than it was making video posts before?
Well, I mean, like I told you, it's a nervous feeling that I get, but I just push through it. That's why sometimes when I'm making my video, I stutter a little bit and it pisses me the fuck off. So I have to push it out there.
Yeah.
Push it hard. Just push it hard. And I don't know, man. When I was a kid, I was always able to throw my fucking communication out with no fucks given, and it stopped. It stopped. Society and the school system really fucked me up, and I couldn't. They got me. They got me in that situation. But like I said, when I was a kid, I was able to. Man, I was kissing girls at 5 years old. I was asking them out. I was like, yeah. But then, like I said, after middle school and all that, it's like, boop. It fucking shut me down.
Yeah, that happens. I guess it's really the greater story. I feel so privileged in my position as I communicate with so many men on a path, on this path of communication mastery, dating mastery, self mastery, but in not it's man, there's so many people that claim that
Yeah.
sort of thing, and you just be on that path. It's, I mean, most people would acknowledge I'm not there. I'm working on it. I get it, but what they think of as self mastery is very weak. It's just as a weak person, someone that I wouldn't want them protecting something of value. Like I
Yeah.
would want them to be the front lines
No,
that I
no, for sure.
sacrifice.
And
Right.
that's yeah, one of the things I don't like is complaining either. I've never been that guy that complains to people, but I
Except for
used to
that.
complain in my head. So I didn't
Oh,
complain to people, but I would complain in my head. Oh fuck, I gotta get up. Oh fuck, I gotta do this shit. But now I'm at the point that I don't like complaining. Anytime I hear complaining in my head, I just want to bitch slap that side. You know what I mean?
yeah, man. When did you become aware that you were complaining in your own head?
When I would go to work in the morning, I would just complain. That's it, man. Because I would only sleep like 2 hours sometimes. Because there was a point in my life where I had two jobs. My parents had separated, and I had to become the man of the house. So I
Right.
had to get two jobs to pay the rent and the bills on my mom's side because my dad would not make enough money to pay for her and himself. So I would have two jobs, literally sleeping like 2 hours a night or an hour a night, and then getting up is just complaining that fuck, I can't do this and that, and it was just worse, and it was bad time. But
So that was a long time you've been complaining in your head, and then what happened that you stopped doing that? How did you just stop that?
stop complaining. Well, obviously, I don't even know how to explain it, but obviously AZD helped a lot in his communication. When I started watching him, it was like complaining and all that really doesn't help the situation. It's not
Okay.
going to change. You're whining, you're complaining, you're bitching, you're moaning. It's not going to change the wake up time. It's not going to change
Mm.
this or that.
Did you not already know that, or
Well, yes, you know that, but you still that bitch and you still complains. So now it's dead. I
yeah?
fucking kill that motherfucker. I step on it with my high heels. You know what I mean?
Does that mean you talk louder in a
Yes. I talk louder and sometimes I speak a little fast. I should slow down my speech sometimes, but yeah, when I get pumped up, I start, pushing it out there because
I see. If I'm understanding correctly, it sounds like when you hear the inner voice complaining, then you
yeah.
push your speech outward
Mhm.
uh, to stop complaining in your head. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, yeah. Like I blocked that motherfucker out. I blocked that Jose because that's the old Jose, and I really, even if my shoulder hurts or something, I don't want to hear that shit. Yeah, I get it. It
So
hurts. I'm human.
it's
But
funny you're making this gesture of like you block it out like you're playing football or something. Like how do you block out the complaint?
well, we just fuck. How do you block out the complaint by, like, cussing it out, man? Shit, I'll cuss it out. If I'm driving around, I say to that voice, shut the fuck up. If I'm driving, some people may look at me,
Mm.
some drivers like, why is this guy yelling? You know what I mean? But you just gotta yell at that fucking side. I just yell at it sometimes.
That's interesting. So you like yell at your own mind when your mind is
Yell at
complaining.
it or
You say it
grunt
to your
or
mind.
grunt at it, like,
Uh-huh.
you know what I mean, or fuck, or any of that
You
shit.
give it one of those looks like,
Yeah,
"What are you
yeah,
doing?
like
Shut the fuck up."
yeah, like
You
the
do this.
like
That's
like
funny.
Street
That's
Fighter.
funny. I can see why people have
Yeah,
like ticks. Like they're really internally like saying "shut the fuck up," but they're like
yeah,
switching.
yeah.
They're
Yeah, like the
like just
Street
telling
Fighter.
their mind to shut up. Shut up.
Yeah, just
To the
like that.
outside, it's like, dude, that guy's got like a twitch. To the inside, the guy's just
Yeah.
controlling his own mind.
Oh
He's
yeah,
a
I've twitched
mind
before.
master.
I've twitched. I punched walls. I did everything when I
I do
was
it all
younger.
the time.
Yeah.
I role play a lot to work out because I don't like regretting a text message, and
Mhm.
I like man every day I regret text messages. So I like uh I talk it out. I pretend the person is next to me or like in person with me, and I reply as if I was just replying with my voice, like talking to them,
Yeah.
and then I go back and forth a few times in my mind, like, and evolve whatever my reply is going to be. I don't know if it's the right thing to do, but it
Yeah.
keeps me
Yeah, text
interested.
messaging.
I
I
text
don't
it too
like.
much.
I don't like. I don't like that shit either. When I text my girlfriend, sometimes it comes out wrong. And then
Yeah.
I don't understand her. She doesn't understand me. And like, what the fuck is it? Just call me or I call her. Because
Yeah.
it's not cool, man.
Yeah.
If you don't understand each other, it's stupid.
Understanding, man, it unlocks things. So let's talk about unlocking, right? So there's a difference between 2 months ago, Jose
Yeah.
Guerrero, and 2 months ago was actually Jose Ibarra. Now it's Jose Guerrero.
Hmm.
Uh, how did that happen?
It happened by when I was in the
I don't have to get
Lions
too
Den
many
with
details,
Raj.
but you could
Yeah.
just give the story of it.
Yeah, when I was in Lions Den over there, when I was in residency with Raj, and he was speaking to me, he was telling me what was going on. I felt something unlocking in my head, and he was telling me, to let it out and speak about it, and people should know about it. For example, like me eating insects and cockroaches when I was younger, like people just let it out. It's not embarrassing. I actually didn't even think it was that big of a deal, the cockroaches and all. I was more worried about being insecure and all that shit. But the insects I would eat and or play with or whatever, people should know about it. And my hard work, like working since I was 8 years old and selling peanuts and sodas to people, like, hey. And now as a kid I would go up to them, hey, 50 cents, hey, this and that. And now you don't even want to do that shit. You don't want to talk to people. But that was
I think it's the value.
mhm.
I've been looking at this, and I think it's as long as you know that you have something of value to exchange, it's easy because you have you have a
Yeah,
way to open a conversation because you're offering value. I think there's the hesitancies because we think we're gimmicking someone.
yeah,
We don't have a real value that we're offering. We're trying to like convince them this plastic sword is a real sword
yeah,
so that they'll talk with us. But so I've been looking at that because I understand what you're saying with that. Like I was the same way when I was younger, and I did some very brave things when it comes to like social dynamics. But there was an innocence and there was a real purpose,
yeah.
and I was just a man on a mission. You know?
And you had hair or what?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, yeah. I'm saying, did you have hair also? I'm saying.
Yeah, on my head, I did for sure. I had hair my whole life. Not
All
on my
right.
body. I'm always a very hairless person, except
There you go.
kind of went the other way. So, uh,
No, no, I
but
hear you, bro. I
I'm
hear
just
you.
preparing for the head tattoos.
Oh, nice. You gonna tattoo hair on
Like,
your head? No, I'm just playing, bro.
no, it's not gonna
I'm
happen.
just playing,
You're fucking ridiculous. Calm down. You're
I'm joking.
ridiculous. Jose Guerrero, behave
Yes, sir.
yourself.
Yeah,
Such
man.
a nerd.
I like
You're
playing
making me
around,
out of the
brother.
world. I'm on the moon over here. You just
I like
sending me
playing.
into hell over here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. No, but yes, like I was telling
Man,
you, yeah.
Unchained.
Yeah, Unchained, man.
Unchained. Unlocked.
I like to joke around with people. I like to have fun because there's no reason to be so serious all the time. I'm a serious guy. I could be serious, but at the same time, I like the fun side too. I'm sure everybody has it, right?
I had no idea because the whole time here, we never got to hang out. You always chose everybody else to hang out with when you were here, Jose. I was
Oh,
always
you're too
actually,
cool, man. You
I
had
was
those glasses on
fucking
and all that.
like
I was intimidated.
what?
You know what I mean?
Oh, the
I was
sunglasses.
intimidated by you. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, next time we should hang out for sure.
There we
We
go,
went
bro.
to Santana Row. I'm hoping that the masks get taken away somehow. We don't. I'm tired of the peer pressure, man. I feel like everybody's looking at me like I'm so evil. I'm like, I still just uncover my nose or whatever, but
Yeah.
it's like lame, dude. Like,
Yeah, I hate it, man.
fuck.
You can't
So I'm
breathe.
looking forward to that, and getting around yoga studios opening because I'm
Yeah.
interested in showing off my skills to all the people and the
Yeah.
ladies and everything. I like doing that.
Yeah, they got to see
And
that, man.
the farmers markets. Where I get everybody needs admiration, man.
Yeah.
And yoga studios is a great place to get admiration if you're a flexible guy.
Oh yeah.
So
You're very flexible, man. Shit.
yeah,
You can do the
and
splits and
I
everything, no?
like. No, I can't do a
Really?
split. No, I'm not. I'm not actually like that flexible. I'm just pretty
Ah, I
flexible.
see. Gotcha.
I'm healthy flexible. I got good joint rotation and
Mm.
coordination. Currently I'm strengthening all the knuckles in my fingers. They're not really getting fatter, but I'm doing
Yeah.
like fingertip push-ups and second knuckle push-ups. So, you know, and I was just watching this video. He had a iron whisk. So it was like, you know how you have a whisk where you like whisk some eggs or some,
Yeah.
or you whisk some pudding or whatever. And so it's a whisk like that, but it's made of iron and it's really strong, and you tap your bones with it so that it over time makes your bones stronger. So I'm going to make one of these whisks. I'm going to tap my shins and tap my head and tap my knuckles and everything. And I was watching his video, and he was punching trees.
Yeah.
And, but he was showing how to do it so that you don't hurt yourself over time. Anyway, I didn't want to talk about me.
No, that's cool, man. It's cool. It's interesting.
What are
like
some of your hobbies, Jose?
What's up?
What are some of your hobbies? You know, you deliver, you work hard, you got a girlfriend, you talk with other girls.
Mm-hmm.
You're a natural born player, and you're
natural born.
what do you see in the future? Are you gonna what's liquor delivery going? Where's that gonna take you? Are you just gonna ride that wave and like what do you see in your future?
I like the freedom of doing that.
Yeah.
Because I could actually beast out, like I told you, in the back. I could even build big stacks of liquor and start thinking I'm in a fucking castle or something, like a kid. And it breaks, stuff breaks, and the smell and all that. You could smell the wine and all that stuff. Then you could see all the bums trying to, grab some of that broken liquid. But
oh man,
I like the freedom, man. I like the freedom, but I don't know, man. I still feel like I got a couple of chains on me that I need to unlock.
Oh, yeah.
They're gonna get unlocked. They're gonna get unlocked.
Seriously, it's really cool to even see, like, it's a very clear level distinction change in you, and there'll be another change. Another chain will be unlocked, or what have you. There's a weight, there's a heaviness in thoughts and memories, habits and patterns, and the language really frees a person's soul, you could say, because the language is what's chaining the soul. The language is the mind, and the soul is covered in this, habitual movement of mind.
Yeah.
Especially with all these binding statements and everything, and especially where we're guilty, where we feel guilty or bad or ashamed, we're telling ourselves a bunch of things that suppress ourselves. And in that next level of freedom, there's very much looking forward to your freedom of expression. And I was recalling some of the miracles that AZD has done that I've seen him do with people in person, to Joey, to Green Dragon.
Yeah.
I was talking about what was some of the most recent ones that I've seen online. I should have said more of them in person. When's the last miracle? I couldn't really think of any. The last one I thought of was you, actually, but it was in person. And I don't know if it's a very mild miracle compared to the other things because to us that are close on the inside, miracle may or may not be the words you would even choose.
Yeah.
But from the outside, it's just like a mysterious, like, what happened to this guy? He went through some experience, but it's not like he went on some vision quest or climbed some mountain, or, I mean, you attended some lectures and you had some dialogues.
Yeah, I think the beast routine got that shit out of me a lot.
Talk about that.
The beast routine, because like I said, I'm still overweight, but I was really overweight, and I was trying to lose some weight, and I even joined a CrossFit and all that, and that shit just wasn't working. But when
it's been 4 months now, how much have you lost?
Close to 40 pounds already, man. Yeah.
40 pounds in 4 months.
And I could already see the definition coming out. All the tacos are disintegrating. You know what I mean? All the churros and the diabetes is getting away from me now. You know what I mean?
Of course it is.
So I could tell that all the definitions starting to come out and all that, and that's thanks to the beast routine from AZD. All that, the beast routine, the cold showers. Watching all these guys taking cold showers makes me want to step up my game. Because at first I was like, man, I'll do fresh cold shower. You know what I mean? And then little by little, and then now I just do it out of the blue. I just fucking turn that shit on. Let's do it.
Dude, trust me, one of these days, we're going to get an ice bath here at the temple.
Nice. That would be cool.
How refreshing that would be in between these like 3-hour lectures to take a quick ice bath.
Oh, yeah, man. I'm sure people are going to love that.
Man, we could make this into a real temple experience and have like Om chanting. Oh, man.
Have
which
little
we have
rooms
done.
right
We
there.
did that at the first Beast Camp. I think we did Om chanting. Okay, well, brother, let's see. Are there any questions from the audience? We got a bunch of boot camp alumni on Zoom. We have a healthy audience on the IGs. Anything for Jose Guerrero? Is there anything you would want me to ask you? Like, what is I personally am most interested in what you see in your future. That's why both of these shows I've asked you about
Yes.
that. I'll probably ask you more because I'm interested. This will be very interesting. You have a chronology. By the end, who knows? Maybe we'll have three.
What's a chronology?
It's the logic of chrono, which is time. Chron is time.
Okay.
So chronology is like a
Gotcha.
time order of time.
Order of time. All right.
So chronologically, that's when somebody says that, they mean like earliest date, next earliest, then later. So whatever else. So this would be a chronology. So this would be like you have your past other episode with me, this one, maybe we'll do another and then another and then another. You'll see your own evolution because there's time in between, time gaps.
Yes.
And I personally am most interested in your vision for the future because I just like that. I like when people paint a picture. I like seeing someone else's picture. I like hearing it develop, different language, their enthusiasm.
Yes.
And I like seeing it develop in reality. I like it manifests. And it seems to start with the communication. And we're catching you before that was freed from you, while it's getting freed from you, and then we'll get it once it's freed from you. And that'll be a really cool thing to see that develop. But maybe that's not very clear right now because you were saying you still got some things to unlock.
Oh yeah, for sure. There's some things to unlock, but I could see myself like being in fucking phenomenal shape. I could see myself not giving a fuck. I could see myself having a whole bunch of animals and being cool with them, like being one with them. Like I have a dog right now and it's fucking awesome. Even insects, fuck it, grab some insects again, not eat them, but maybe taste them. Yeah. Like have more nature around me. I would like that. I would like more nature around me. And another thing is help out people, like guys that have been through the same shit or similar shit I've been through. Just similar shit. And there's a lot of guys out there that I'm sure are like that. They just need someone to wake them up. Like when I saw EZD online, that's was like, fuck, someone that understands me. I need to see this guy and I need to study him. And I studied him and little by little, I started waking up because I was just watching some videos like motivational speakers that look like, like bitches. So it didn't help out until I saw that man right there. And that's when I'm like, man, I see it. And that's what helped me out, man.
Yeah, it's because what you saw was something that was already in you. You recognized it. There was something in you that resonated with it, and all the rest was noise. And so we just honed in on that frequency.
And most people may think it's about the girls and all that. It's part of it, but the main thing is how free he spoke. Even though I don't know what freedom is, speaking wise, but I have an idea. But the way he spoke is like he didn't have no filter, or he didn't give a fuck, pretty much. He just let it out. He didn't stutter. He didn't do none of that shit. He just spoke what he spoke, and whether you like it or not. Even when and everything,
Yeah, I think, and I think it's inseparable from the women. It doesn't need to be that you have multiple relationships, but it's very important, a man's relationship with the female of the planet and the females in his life, including his mom, his sister, his daughter, his grandma, and everybody's clients.
Yeah.
And that freedom and no give a fuck attitude is not careless.
Yeah, not careless.
It's not like he's just spraying words like he has Tourette's or something. He doesn't give a fuck, or some drunkard or whatever. It's knowledge of cause and effect. It's knowing how to handle the feedback and the pushback and the objections to the ideas. And, in a confidence, like I released with the George's Copa video, confidence, trusting in yourself, that you're gonna be able to handle whatever happens. and this develops, it co-develops that you trust in your ability to handle it, and you learn how to do it better, so that
Yeah.
you're safe. Your communication is supposed to make you, his communication doesn't put him in danger
Yeah.
per se. Maybe it is to some people, but it also recruits the protection of other people at the same time. So there's a net positive, and that is what creates the space, the environment that the man is meant to push back to create space for his woman and new child.
Mm-hmm.
That environment is no longer trees and monkeys and jungle. It's other people.
It's words, huh?
And
Fucking
it's
words.
communication is this
Yeah.
force field. It pushes back and it attracts, the other allies and whatever. Okay, so we got some questions. Jason says, Jose, what is driving you right now the most? You look very driven, and it's contagious and inspiring.
What's driving me is
What's driving
helping
you?
my family. Helping my family is driving me. Helping my loved ones is driving me. And helping my fellow brother, my sisters, the human people. It's just, you see people suffering. I see shy guys or whatever, because when I'm delivering or whatever, I see there's 18-year-old kids and they're looking down and they're shy, and I'm like, man, that reminds me of me so much. I'm getting a little choked up, but
Yeah.
when I see them working hard, busting their ass as young kids, and then looking down, and I talk to them, and you could tell they don't want to talk, but little by little, as I keep going, you could see their spirits lifting, and things like that really make me feel, I guess, warm inside. You know what I mean? It makes me feel good to help out my fellow human, and it's inspiring to see, like, Miracle J and all these other guys, man. Like, those motherfuckers inspire the shit out of me a lot. But that's what drives me
I
a lot.
wonder how far we can really take it by just co-inspiring each other
Yeah.
to infinity
Yeah.
and beyond.
Yeah.
Ad infinitum.
Yeah, and also not
Just
wanting to
ad
go back. Yeah,
infinitum.
and also not wanting to go back to eating from the trash or eating insects and all that. But the funny part is, recently is, ever since this beastie now, I'm actually not afraid to go back to do that. It would actually be cool, but now it's different with a different perspective. But that's what would drive me. I'm like, man, I don't want to go to, like I said, McDonald's, and people are eating, and I can't even buy a fucking cheeseburger. Go grab it from the fucking trash can, take a bite. You know what I mean? And I would do things like that, but that's what would drive me. But now, if I did it, it'll be like, cool. I'll just eat it.
Yeah, you give less fucks about the opinions of other people.
Yeah.
And I know what you mean about, recently I was using some older circumstances of my life to just as a remembering of where I came from and where I'm not going back to, and what hurts and pains caused me to start on this path. And there was still a reservoir of emotion there that was being untapped. It was just covered over and forgotten about. You could almost say it was like the cliche, like I forgot where I came from.
Yeah.
And how far I've come, like all these cliche things, but really going backwards into, like, what was that original suffering, and what was it that kept me going through the original hurdles? They're massive. I'm surprised, actually. I'm impressed by some of these guys that do beast camps and whatever after less than a year of training with Arash Bazaar. Maybe that's actually, you know what? Actually, that's too wimpy. They don't deserve that much praise. I remember I met Arash Bazaar 6 months after I bought my first product. They're about somewhere around there.
Yeah.
And then from then on, I just couldn't get enough live events. So 6 months. So, that's, I guess, that if it's less than 6 months that a person has been paying for AZD content and they come to a bigger event, I think that's pretty cool. There's something cool about that.
Yeah. Yeah. And also another thing that would drive me is, women would drive me also, because I didn't want to go through the pain. I used to cry all the fucking time, when my girlfriend left me and all that shit like that, which is hilarious now that I look back. I remember the first one that actually broke my heart. It literally took me a year to get over it. Just about a year. I would go to work crying. at 3 in the fucking morning. I will wake up crying. I'll be working crying. Like, what the fuck was I doing? You know what I mean? I
Bro,
look back now and it's hilarious. I wish I
that's
could have
amazing.
a camera. Yeah. Now if I'll be laughing, I'll just be. That's what I should have been doing. I should have been getting up and going to work laughing instead of crying. But you have to go through the process, I guess.
Yeah,
Right?
I don't know how I would go through it now. Like the last two girls I cried,
Yeah.
and but I also transformed immensely. I mean, the first
Yeah.
girl I cried about, I was crying in the arms of the second girl, so that
Mm.
wasn't so
Oh, look
bad.
at that. You had another girl. I had my hand. You know what
So
I
it
mean?
wasn't so bad. It seemed like it was a positive feedback. I recycled
Gotcha.
the energy. The second girl,
No.
I didn't have another girl to cry on, but I
Oh,
got
gotcha.
into the
Gotcha.
beast routine, so I changed my
Oh, I
body
see.
from
Oh, gotcha.
the weak kind of yoga guy to the more strong kind of yoga guy.
No, I
And
hear you, man. And
but
then
years
in
ago,
our
my first
culture,
love,
yeah.
man, it was just buried in drugs afterwards. I don't even remember the breakup. Like it was just like gone
All
for
types or
huh?
all types of drugs, you said? Or
No, mostly psychedelics. I mean, yeah,
uh,
I dabbled in different things. But yeah, mostly psychedelics and a lot of copious amount of weed that just like numbs. And
I I've never done drugs, man. Ever in
yeah,
my life.
that's what I'm
Not
saying.
one.
I wonder. It's like I'm just now getting kind of heart connected like
Yeah.
that when it comes to like the relationship, like you.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering now because in the pain of my beasting, a lot of times I laugh, and it
Mm,
helps. It really changes the sensations and the emotions,
yeah.
and it feels good. And
People get pissed off too. If you're laughing and they're mad at you too, they'll
uh,
get pissed off. But hey, it's just the way it is.
oh, you mean like while you're fighting with her, you'll start laughing?
Yeah. Yeah, I'll start laughing. It's happened before. It's pretty fun.
Yeah,
Or when my girlfriend gets mad, I start laughing, but not at her or at her pain. It's just funny. Like Arash said, it's cute that you're trying to scare me. You know what I mean? I just think it's funny because you're
yeah.
not scaring me. Yeah.
Man, I'm fascinated by this game of communication
Oh yeah.
and all of the sexual implications that come of it. Also, it's very, it's not so numerical. If it was just a game of communication, it would just be numbers. But there's these like funny colors also called emotions.
Oh yeah. Emotion, body
It's
language, all
colorful.
that good stuff.
Yeah, man. Okay, last question. We have DC. Does Jose meditate? If so, how? How? Do you meditate, Jose?
Uh, I meditate differently than most people. I guess you could call me crazy, but I just look in the mirror and I stare at myself. And I talked to the Green Dragon about this. I just go in the mirror and I look at myself and I stare at myself for so long that I literally think that the other side's gonna go boom and scare the shit out of me. I don't know if that's meditation or what, but that's something that I do, and it does something. I feel like it's like meditation. It relaxes you because you're literally outside your body looking at it, and I just breathe and look, and that I guess that's meditation to me. That's what I do.
Yeah. You know, I think as you learn different kinds of meditations, you get more clear on what this thing called meditation is. Because all the techniques are techniques to achieve something.
Yes.
Uh, but that thing that's kind of in common among, that's pretty cool. I kind of want to try that now. So I'm going to try that. Okay. Well, thanks everyone. We got a lot of people on in different platforms, so you know what to do. You should sign up for the Beast Camp for sure. Online, you got to do it. There's no excuse not to do it. If you can come in person, if you're in California, I would definitely recommend. It's going to
Fucking
change.
do it. It'll change your life. It'll change you as a person. It'll change your physiology. It'll change your body. Well, that's physiology, right? It'll change your speech. It'll change the way you feel. It'll change your energy. It'll change a lot of shit. Even your shit. It'll change it, man. It'll fucking, you know what I mean? There's a lot of things that'll change. And it's great change. It's positive change. It'll be positive change, man.
Wow, that's great.
Yes, sir.
True. It is definitely a catalyst for change. That
Mhm.
the training, the not enough could be really said about it. You know, it's just magical words, ways that words are put together with intention and with awareness of the game of life, stories and analogies that
Hmm.
put life in context so that you can be more of a master of your own story, a master of your mind. It puts it in terms that are tangible, practical.
Yeah.
And of course, then there's some great techniques and skills that actually like play the game of life. It's more than just like making an analogy about it. It's like, what are some ways? Like we've given a lot of ways here on this show, and I'm sure people get value from it. So you should go to ninthwin.com, check it out. This guy, I got a Biden supporter following me now. It's funny. But anyway, whatever. I just voted. Guess who I voted for? The not child sniffer.
There
So,
you
thanks everybody for showing up and share this. You can reach out to Ibarra Rose on Instagram and Facebook. I think it's Ibarra Rose, and he'll be tagged in this show. And if you're catching this recording, of course, subscribe on any of those platforms. Awesome, brother. Talk to you later, bro.
For sure. Thank you, man.